He always just does tackle them like defenders.
I think like.
Listen, it's A's up 3-3's up. It's Corner Boys in the building. It's us against the world. We don't want no ratings from no one else. But let's be real. The world is laughing at Arsenal Football Club. All our rivals are rejoicing. And Arsenal, what are you prepared to do about it? I'll start with the manager, Mikel Arteta. On a tactical front, there's been many things that need to change, people. And there's many things you're doing well, but there's many things that needs to change. But park all of that stuff off for a second. We will get into that. Specifically, I have one query. You told everyone to be up for this, bring their breakfast, bring this. You told us it was going to be mad. We're on this. And players, you are definitely involved in this because you're forgetting what it means to play for this and all of those things. And we'll get into that. But you told us, be up for it. Fans around the world were up for it. Fans that were at the Emirates were up for it. Everybody connected to this football club was behind that performance, apart from the players and yourself. The fans have been behind you. We might nitpick and, you know, is Arteta the guy? Isn't he the guy? This player needs to play, that, the third. But one thing that isn't for debate is either people believe we've got a good squad or, you know, however the fruit has fallen for the Premier League, we've been in the last 2 years able to win the Premier League or fighting for the possibility of to do that. The last 2-3 years, obviously we haven't done that. We still hope it's fourth time lucky. It looks horrible. It is horrible. The first thing I'll say, when it's all said and done, yeah, you lot are going to have regrets. You lot have done so well to get to April, which is, I don't know why we keep falling off in April statistically. Like all the others do, City do very well in that, and we'll get on to City, but you always fall off in April. You don't know directly how it feels to fall off at that period. At this moment in the season, momentum works positively and negatively, right? You're seeing Spurs, they're in a rut. They're losing every week. You know, that's the only kind of great thing from the weekend. City, you have to give them credit because from the first half of the season, they're a different team. Remember how Pep Guardiola took off Haaland, let alone they took the lead at the Emirates and they barked off in their own half. They're not doing that against us now. Momentum is everything. As much as tactics, all of these things are relevant. Momentum, mentality, a bunch of lads feeling like they're up for it, which they've been doing. You know, they went out, they're a completely different team from the first half of the season. I remember the kind of patch of games they had, whether they've won, lost, or draw is irrelevant. But the sentiment around them when they lost to Bodo Clint, yeah, shadow positively for them in their former self. Pep is getting things right on the tactical front. The players are like, if their impactors off the bench are making things happen, players are playing out their skin. Nico Riley again standing up to be counted. Pep doing what he needs to be doing. Momentum's a massive thing. They use those negative feelings of going up. Listen, they can do a domestic treble, you know. City can actually do a domestic treble. They can still win the Premier League, and we'll get into that. It's looking like it could go over there. They've obviously won the League Cup and they've won the FA Cup. Momentum is everything. They went out, if they win the Premier League or whatever they win, yeah, especially if they could win a treble, they will look at the week they went out out the Champions League. Then what happened? Dealt with us, because you saw what it meant to them. Built on that. Not only did they beat us in the League Cup, they obviously beat Liverpool, and in the fashion they've done it. They've obviously dismantled Chelsea. And honest to God, I think there's so much more to come. Cherky, El Nouri, this one, that one. Even though Haaland ain't been scoring, purring, they smelt blood, they went for it. And I know Chelsea fans can cry about, oh yeah, Arsenal, we lost, so it means Arsenal can't win the league. That's silly. You missed a big opportunity to get top four. But momentum is everything. They're in good momentum. Where if you look at us with the season, listen, we've had like a season's a 38-game calendar. Throw all the other things in it. But we've had games, Newcastle away, regardless how the season pans out, Newcastle away, I give you your credit. How you got a point against City. While I'm not happy to concede the goal we did, and we were chasing the game, and I told you that I think we've dropped off a cliff defensively. There's been a couple of moments in the Champions League and in the Premier League at this moment in time where you stood up tall, but I shouldn't be able to pinpoint those. We're a good team. It's about being a great team, and we've been ticking over. Like, as I said, there's been good moments where we've done well and deserved the right to win and definitely more than that. There's also been times we've got out of jail. Football's a weird game. Sometimes you lose when you deserve to win when you deserve to lose, draw when it's a bit indifferent. And there's been a lot of warning signs. We've been ticking over, and it's now come to a head in April at this worst moment. 4 games, 1-1, where all the domestic games are concerned. Three defeats. City are purring, as I said. Arteta and the players, truthfully, it's looking like we're not doing the basics. Tactically, it's not good. Over 90 minutes, it's not good. We're not playing to the best of our ability. For whatever reason, mentally, not everyone's looking at it every moment in the game. And I feel something I said last season and also this season, it's still there in the sense of football's a 90-minute game, man. It's not good enough to be great for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. What's become a theme of this football club is actually starting either half well, somewhat dominating possession, but not doing what needs to be done. It's missing that final push. And you lot have done all the good. It's like revive. It's like knowing you have tests at the end of an academic year. You've been going to class, you've been listening in class, you've been revising, you've had good and bad moments, but you've been putting in the shift. Now it's getting to exam season. You want to crumble. Now you don't want to revise. Now you want to stay up all night. Why crumble at the end? Because it's you lot that are going to feel this. And we all know we're going against not to do the woe is me thing, but unfortunately, Arsenal Football Club are going against the world. The world is onto us, people. City have positive momentum. We've got negative momentum. We all know the league table at this moment in time. The world's against us. Me personally, in this image you're about to see, that's clearly Sky Sports paid agents. You know, you mean to tell me they found the one City fan that actually woke up and thought, oh my God, let me bring my Arsenal bottle. Don't get twisted. If you want to do the influencer thing, do your thing. And as much as this pees me off, yeah, players, you deserve this. If you got any backbone, you'll turn up against Manchester City because make no regret, bro, my head's hot. I don't even know the word, but make no mistakes, yeah. At this moment in time, with all the contexts of fighting for the league, we know what we need to do against Sporting, and we can't talk about what is to come without dealing with what's in front of us directly. So we know what we need to do against Sporting, and I definitely hope so. This is the biggest game in Mikel Arteta's managerial career today in the premise of fighting for a league title. The psychological factors, the games, the good, the bad, the ugly, the Pep versus Arsenal. It's got to be absolute cinema in which I hope the script writers have one last movie, but you lot have, even me, like I've told you lot, and I have to hold myself accountable. I've said things, yeah, and I don't know if they're going to come to pass, and I have to hold myself accountable. You lot that are my regular viewers heard me say, whoever wins the League Cup probably is going to lose at the Etihad. I hope, obviously, for Arsenal's sake, that's great. I've consistently said, in passing comment, I think this is going down to the last day of the season. Arsenal and City are going to drop points. City are in the ascendancy. Make no mistake. The most important thing is 3 points. But from a footballing point of view, individually and collectively, they're a positive shadow of what they look like in the beginning of the season. And really today, and this will be where it was made or break. They're standing up like men, the youngest to the oldest. Regardless of this one's got an injury. Players, you're not doing the same. You're not doing the same. Collectively, we're not doing the same. Couple individuals are doing what needs to be done, but they're not playing to their highest potential. Neither is the manager. And you lot have messed up a golden opportunity. You lot deserve this. And if you've got any backbone, you will turn up against Manchester City. You will always have my support. As for belief, I can only believe what I see. And you let down every Arsenal fan that cares about this football club around the world from top to bottom. And at the end of the day, City have a game in hand. They've got the momentum, the pedigree, statistically turning it on at this point in the season. The bit is between their teeth. They've shown that they can beat us in a cup final. They've obviously beaten Chelsea and Liverpool, massive clubs in between that. History isn't kind to Arsenal. Really and truly at the Etihad, we haven't won there since Santi Cazorla and Francis Coquelin. At some point, history, a new beginning has to be made, but history isn't kind. And what I'm seeing from you players in these last 4 games when it's all said and done, and what I saw against Bournemouth from the players, the manager, and everything, I know you're not going out like this, but you must want the same. You must want life to cruelly repeat itself because you can't want to win a Premier League title. As I said, you've done everything. It's like Usain Bolt stopping at the finish line for no reason, not getting over the finish line, stopping. And look, we've got a game in hand on City. God forbid, but if City beat us, the gap is eroded, and before you can, I will sit here. As I said, shout out to City. Any team that's beating us, I've given them their credit. Shout out to Southampton when they dumped us out the FA Cup, and shout out to Manchester City if they go and win the Premier League title, do a double, do a treble, whatever have you. All of these kind of things, yeah. Before I praise City, it will be another case of before I talk about any team that's beating us and gone on to do things. Internally, there's too much internal diagnosis that needs to be done. If we want to become something we've never been, then if we want to get somewhere we've never been, then we all have to be somewhere we haven't been. Players, manager, look around. What have you learned this season? I just finished watching, right? I mean, big up rants, but just finished watching his clips channel, and he's, how the Man United fans are there. They're getting all the YouTubers up and they're laughing at us, and the fans are being laughed at, but they can laugh at me because it is what it is. What I would say to the players, you've let us down, and we've been behind you. You need to back us now, especially at home where you're talking away from the obvious, where bring your shin pads and bring your boots and do this and do that. Yeah, at home with 6-7 games left. 6-7 games left at home, and you're going to put in a performance like that more than anything, and it can't be more than this because tactics, all that stuff is what makes or breaks games. But psychologically, that's not a statement. Fans were making noise. Arteta's telling the fans to calm down. Calm down about what? Can you blame them for being anxious? Because they can still support and be anxious. This will either be a stain on a otherwise clean record, or you lot will see what it is. Because I'm only 30, turning 31 in literally 24 hours here. But at the same time, I've seen my team win trophies. I've seen players that are legends. And I'm not saying this to dismiss this football club here, but what I would say is there's a number of we ain't won the league in 22 years, right? We ain't won a 20 odd years. Since the Champions League started, we ain't won that. And I know the FA Cup's our trophy, but we're in a deficit. Definitely since we moved to the stadium. There is Arsenal fans that are 20 odd years of age that ain't seen the glory times. Now, I say that to say this. Mikel Arteta and you players, you could go down in folklore. When them 20-year-olds become 40, 50-year-olds, you're the people that are spoken about. You're the players that go down individually and collectively. Some of the best we've had during the Emirates era, and some of the best times away from all the idiot laughing and whatnot. Nothing sets you going down in history. And to a degree, I stopped getting pissed off because what I think needs to be done at this club in terms of getting over silverware before we reward people ain't happening. People are getting new deals regardless. It's all comfy. It's all great. It's now time to deliver. And you lot keep shooting yourselves in the foot. And that's the most unfortunate thing. Players and Gaffer included. So if you don't want to win a league, you'll go win a league. But boy, what are you prepared to do about this thing, innit?